All right, let's get to Power. I missed it when it was on, but ain't crap gonna be on this week, so we can play catch up. So we open with young Kanan and Virginia on the beach, and his mama came to get him. Meanwhile, in New York, Omar Epps is recovering from his gunshot wound, but can't remember that Kanan almost killed him. However, he's looking for the ring that Kanan took as a trophy, but it could come back at any time. However, they did find a donor, so his cancer has cleared up. Back in Virginia, Kanan's kissing his cousins goodbye, while his auntie begs, let him stay with me. But Patrice gonna bring him back to the street pharmaceutical industry. Honey, you should leave him there and let him be. But oh no, not you. Meanwhile, across town, we have Rock's younger brother and the rapper's sister fighting over his kid ear. She said he needs beats, and he's like, well, other people can just rap off the air. Why can't he? He's like, look, I'm sick of talking business. What about the bussy? The bus. I want to be your boyfriend. And she's like, okay, I can do both. So he says Famous needs to rap more and roll less. So he takes off after their little argument and sees this girl in a car next to him singing her pipes off. She drive off and he's hot on her tail. So he kind of pulls her over. She irritated, but she's like, yes, that's me on the track. And he said, well, you're singing on my beat. So he gives her a card. She kind of looked like Selena. Over with baby Les, she is still in grief. Kanan's on his way home from Virginia with Rock. Over with Unique. Downtown with Rock's older brother, he's getting out of jail because the white heifer that snitched on him ain't snitching no more. She's vanished. She probably dead. Is she dead? Let me know in the comments, because I be forgetting. Back with Omar Epps, the nosy police officer is helping him get settled back in his heezy. However, he's got Kanan's file in his house. Will it jar a memory? So Omar's gonna be the best him that he's ever been because he was reborn on the operating table. And they also figured out Unique wasn't at the park at the time of the shooting. But who was? Back with Kanan, they've arrived in Queens. Or is it Brooklyn? So she shows him the new setup they got with roof guards, and they've dug through a floor in the projects. They paying everybody off. It's a well-oiled machine. Let's see how soon the oldest brother farts it up. So Kanan says hello to his unks and the poor guy who lost his eye last season. Back with Kanan, he's finding out they're doing $75,000 a day in sales. Meanwhile, Rock tells Wink he needs to stop gambling at his mama's. And he's a gambling fool. After that, Kanan drops by Jukebox and she's singing her little heart out, and he makes fun of baby Liz. But they've missed each other. Back with Omar Epps, he sees Kanan's file on his desk and looks at it, opens it up, but don't remember a thing. Back with Rock and the boys, Lord and the older brother is roasting Kanan about getting stung by a jellyfish. However, Jukebox comes downstairs and her father finally speaks to her after the beating he gave her last season, and she gives him a how you doing. I wouldn't even speak. He's like, I haven't seen you in 3 months. You tried to kill me because you're anti-gay. But we all sit down to dinner because Kanan's finally home. And we have a toast to family because that's all that matters. Over with Famous, his sister is telling him, you need to lay off the weed and get on the feed, the studio feed, because you ain't popping. Girl, he said I should have gotten a real manager. I thought because he was seeing your teats, I'd get the beats. Child, she trying to actually make you an artist. You gonna get a scammer. He said what you giving up ain't getting it done. Damn. You gonna insult the snatch that gave you this opportunity? Well, it's about to get snatched away. Back at the Heezy, the older brother still trying to talk to his daughter Jukebox, and she's giving him a Nene Leakes cold shoulder. Giving him this right here. In the kitchen, Rock and Lou are arguing about his record business. He's really trying to go legit, and she thinks it ain't shit. especially because it ain't making no money. But he's like, it's a new business. It's got to get off the ground. And she's like, yeah, well, it's sucking me dry. Outside, Kanan tells Jukebox he don't want to be in the family business. He only did it to protect his mom. And he's like, she can do it on her own. Sisters are doing it for themselves. Oh, it's the patricide that's giving him pause. Someone's watching from a car. It's Omar. However, she's going to put all of Neek's people in her employ to keep the cops off her tail, so he'll come home to nothing. Lord, but she wants them to split up the territory, and he's like, give it to the older brother. And she's like, now why you gotta be difficult? I actually understand her frustration, because Marvin don't need no kind of extra work. He's an issue. Lord, but over at Winker Mama's house, she having her game, and of course he there where he ain't supposed to be, and there's a raid, so he gets arrested. And he was winning. Over with the nosy police heifer, Omar drops by the office because, he can't be a cop no more because he's been medically retired. So he goes to see the nosy police officer, and she's working on his case. In prison, Unique fights a racist. He puts a few of them down. Child, but in come the guards. Oh! Rock meets with the fine professor at an East Side diner. And he's just as fine, and she's mesmerized. Oh, Kanan's here too, child. They was so in love, we forgot. At the studio with the younger brother, the sister's still trying to make famous. We can't start again when music ain't your friend. She said, well, look, there were no street teams, no push on radio. Honey, if you need a street team, it ain't gonna happen. But, Quincy comes in, Diddy's son. Well, I'll be sure's son, but Diddy's son. And so they gonna make one last financial bet on famous. Trying to get him famous. They gonna see if they can put him with the new girl. The one he pulled over a few scenes ago. The Selena-looking heifer. Back at the diner with Rock and Kanan, they say goodbye to Sincere. Oh, God, the older brother going to his anger management, and the therapist is cute and likes a challenge, so he gonna go on and sit rather than sign out and leave. Back at the studio, we've got a beat. I thought she could sing. That was nasally, like hazily. Ooh, God, she sounds like a new Rihanna. The regular one's bad enough. Only she can sing that poorly with such confidence and poise. This heifer ain't sure enough of herself, and the vocals aren't sure of themselves either. Ooh, but the sister is cheating on Lou with Quincy. All right, I am in for the sis. So he done got her a management job in Los Angeles. She done played them both. Over at Kanan's house, Rock drops by his room while he's reading comics to bring him some milk. And he tell her, I don't think I'm cut out for the family business. He's got PTSD from trying to kill his pappy. So she apologizes for putting him through that. Meanwhile, across town, Unique is getting out of prison. But the older brother Marvin watching that butt. Well, I'll see you soon for episode 2. Why is Rock at the park where the cop was killed? Oh, Lord, here come Omar. And that's the shit.